Hey guys, welcome back. This is another episode of Draft to Glory with the Kansas City Royals. We're coming off of our second World Series appearance. We came up a bit shy, and I don't know what's going to happen this offseason. We have like less than no money. We are $72 million below our budget. Fan interest is the highest it's ever been, so we can probably bump ticket prices. Let's bump it $1.75 up to $27. We will play our little trick with the Rule 5 to get that number up even higher. If we get that number up to 90 this offseason, that would be phenomenal. We are potentially going to take some hits in here, though, as I think Yasser Mercedes, I'm not really ready to pay him $5 million. We can probably just stick Christian Vaquero into that spot and get 80% of the value. So does anybody want him? This might be a good opportunity for us to trade people for cash. So let's go ahead and remove. Can we get like $5 million for him? Oh wow, I can. Okay. Can we get 10 million for him? I can. Okay. Can I get 20 million for him? All right, what about 17.5? Give up Bobby Spangler and pick up $17.5 million? I think so. Kevin Day looks like he could be a pretty good backup infielder. I think we give up 25-year-old Spangler. Yasser Mercedes and Bobby Spangler for $17.5 million. Sure, I will do that. The number's down to $79 million now. Let's see how low we can make this. Anybody else that we want to try to sell? Blake Hunt. I think we have a bunch of catchers that are ready to go. $7.5 million for Blake Hunt. $5 million for Blake Hunt. $3 million for Blake Hunt. $2 million. This is going to be one of those where like even 750 probably doesn't get it done. Yeah. All right, that's fine. We will go ahead and withdraw from Hunt. Wentz was not bad, and he's extremely popular, so I think we offer him a contract. Bring him back to 2800. 2850. Can't believe we got $17.5 million for what's his face. All right, so there's that. Edgel's the other one. He's very popular, but I wonder if so we're not even close. Oh wow. Yeah, Edgel has no value. All right, we'll keep him around. Murphy Brooks wants 1.8. 1750. Kerdna, we can go ahead and get rid of. Let's see if anybody's interested in him. Still just the Yankees. I could trade Max Muncy too. He's been really bad for a couple of years. So if we do 7.5, that's not what I wanted to do. That's fine. Discuss trade again. Okay, so 7.5. What about 6.5? I mean, I would do Kerdna and Muncy for $5 million. Kerdna's been terrible. Muncie's been bad, so let's go ahead and make that deal. So we clear the salary from Kurdna and Muncie and pick up another $5 million. So we've cut this number down from 70. We've cut this number in half by making a couple of trades. The hope is that the fan interest will continue. The ticket prices will bring in additional money. Cantorino wants 3.9. This is basically going to be it because Edgel's the only other one and nobody wants him. Does he want 3.6? My phone's ringing. You're going to hear it ringing in the background here. I am going to have to take a phone call here in a little bit. Just not this one. Save every penny we can here. And then we have to figure out what we want to do with Edgel because that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. What if we do this? What if we go there and we do this? Anybody other than the Yankees want him? Yikes. So we could give up Day as well. Ooh, this is tough. This would give us another about $14 million back. I think we just give it one more year. Let's give it one more year with him. Let's see what he can do as a reliever. Yeah, he's not interested in discussing. He's pissed at us. Not a surprise. Andres Diaz was really bad last year. Does anybody want him? Okay, so we're not... I mean, Sal Stewart hasn't been particularly good. I have to think I can find somebody as good as Sal Stewart in the... I want to keep Gamble. I have to think I can find somebody as good as Sal Stewart in the Rule 5, right? Sure. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right, so all we have left is Edgel, and we're not going to be able to sign him. Carter Jensen, Max Meyer, both gone. Anybody here? George Lombard. I want to offer him a contract. Offer minor league extension. Marsh, I don't care about. Madugno is fine to be let go. Waldrop. Here's our first draft pick. You want him? I'll sell him to you. For $1 million. Nope. All right, we're just gonna let him go then. Oh, what am I doing? Let's see. Where am I? Salary arbitration. Anybody else I want to offer a contract to? Henry Allen. I mean, I think so. If we're gonna offer him an extension just to keep him on. This is gonna be the first year that we sort of let some of the minor league system clear itself out. Roque, we need to re-sign. Look at all these names, man. You know what? I can't do this yet. It's too many names. We're going to have nobody left in the minor leagues. We are going to come here and we're gonna offer, and I'll release everybody offline. All right, so that is that. We got ourselves from 74. We cut $44 million off of our deficit, which is a great thing. My concern is that our owner is going to take all of our money out of scouting and development if we can't get that number to, if we can't bring that number down some. All right, so Brooks and Wentz both sign. Sliber, Vaccaro, Mendieta. Still none of our big names. Cantorino. That should bump us to a 76. It does. I don't think we have anybody else who's waiting to sign. Yeah, everybody's signed. All right, so we gained 1 point of fan interest. I deleted the gold gloves. Oops. Bernie Orozco. Will Klein finishes third in the reliever of the year. We're going to have a pretty sick back end of the bullpen next season with Klein and Buckley, who I'm going to start using probably as a stopper. What did we have? Platinum sticks. Guzman and Witt. So we had 2 platinum sticks. So the offense better last season, and we are going to have some improvements this year as well. Rookie of the year, we didn't have anybody. It's a bit of a surprise. We won the manager of the year for the first time. Go us. Cy Young goes to Spencer Strider, 12-9, 311. Quaystad finishes third. Alberto Hernandez is your MVP. Guzman finishes second after finishing first a year ago. Let's get to arbitration. I can't imagine that Edgel wins his arbitration case. Right, he can't possibly win his arbitration case. He won. He won his arbitration case. How is that possible? How is that possible? All right, can we... Let's look here real quick. Yeah, we're at minus 21 million, so it's not as bad. It's not where I wanted to go. Is anybody interested in him now? I mean, now that he's making more money, is anybody interested in him? Yeah, no, nobody wants him at all now. Yeah, all right. All right, well, that's a next year thing, I think. All right, let's go ahead and let's just sim up to the Rule 5, right? Yeah, nothing we can do into the Rule 5. We are going to be getting, I think, an influx of talent. Trade proposal. Thank you, but no thank you. We're going to be getting an influx of talent. We got McLean, who will be up next season. We've got a handful of people that might be able to come up and help us this upcoming season. Put both Johnson and Lombard on the 40-man. Johnson is with the big team next season, I'm sure. He'll back up Swan. Guzman, I feel like I can trade. Or not. Ernesto Prieto. He looks pretty crappy. Gamble, no. I mean, Prieto's not all that good. I mean, he's only 23, but this gives us another $3 million when you take Guzman's contract out of there. Sure, I guess. All right. Do we have any let's finish the Rule 5 first. I want Gamble on the 40-man. Montaha on the 40-man. Yeah, we are running out of room here. I can't imagine some of these guys will get taken, but I guess it's a possibility. Montana looks like he could be pretty good. He's still pretty far away, though. Guys, hang on just a second. There's that phone call I was talking about. All right, we're back. And I did sim up to our pick. And while I was on the phone, I was sort of looking at... Am I recording? Let me make sure, because I can't hear myself. Yes, there we go. That's better. I just turned the volume up on my headphones. Okay. So I looked around at some of the players, and I really want to lean into the popularity. There's one pitcher and one hitter that there's one pitcher I'm definitely going to take, and that's Daniel Lloyd, 31-year-old, good stuff, slider, changeup, sinker, extremely popular. We're just going to do that right off the bat and see what that does for our fan interest. Increases noticeably. So we go from a 76 to a 78. And this is what I was hoping here. So with the fan interest at a 78, revenue per game's up 31%. So this number should be close to zero by the time we get to the end of the season. And that's what I was hoping for. So let's skip back into the Rule 5. Let's go into our pick. And if we take another... What does our pitching staff look like? I mean, I think we've got to go with a 5-man rotation. So who's going to be that? I mean, do we give Edgel another shot? I mean, as our number 5, I think we kind of have to, right? I guess we could probably use another reliever. Cam Johnson wasn't particularly good last year. We can send him down. Is he out for? Only 3 months. I was hoping he was out longer than that. Take advantage of it and just stick him on the injured list for the year. Kendry Rojas. He's only out for 3 months. Extreme fly ball. Wyatt Hoodpole. Yeah, we'll take him. Fan interest is amazing. That's what I was hoping for right there. There we go. Kicks us up to an 87 now. That works out perfectly. And now we can go to next pick. Look at batters. What do we got? No batters that are popular, but there were, like Tim Ornelas. He looks, I mean, we need a bat to replace the bats we got rid of. Josh Baker's really good defensively. Hit 368 in AAA last year. $25-year-old. Great defensively. Good defense. High work ethic. Yeah, we only have the 2 outfielders on our roster. So McLean will be up. Johnston's probably up as well. So that gives us 3 center fielders. Johnson will actually probably be a left fielder with those ratings. Vaquero, 65. Escobar, 65. 55. So Vaquero's probably our right fielder. Okay. So we've got 3 outfielders, a crap ton of infielders. Yes, I think we're going to need another outfielder. We're going to need another outfielder. So we got Jeff Dull, 22 years old, low work ethic. Tim Ornelas, good speed, not particularly good range, more of a left fielder, maybe right fielder with that arm. Josh Baker, high loyalty. Mike Fackler could be I mean, he could be our fourth outfielder. He can play anywhere. Never played higher than Double A. Hit okay in Double A. I think we take Fackler. Just for the defense. Can we also take Ornelas, or are we maxed? We can take Ornelas. All right, and I think we're good, right? I mean, we just took 5 players, but I don't think we need anybody else. You know, we bumped our fan interest up to an 86, 87. Our outfield is now Escobar, Vaquero, and probably Johnston with that contact and gap power. Yeah, I think so. And then we just need to figure out what to do with McLean because his ratings have slipped. He's not a shortstop. But Bathgate can play short. The thing is, I can't take Guzman out of the lineup, right? Yeah, we're gonna have some decisions to make. I mean, do we move Maltman over to third? I think we move Maltman over to third. Let's move Maltman over to third. We'll go strategy. None. So Maltman becomes our third base. No, we got Bobby Witt at third. Guzman's been really good defensively, so there's no reason to take him off of second base. Maybe we just stick McLean at short and see how it works. That might be what we do. But that's let's go ahead and finish the draft. That's not a right now problem. That's a 3 month from now problem. Who are designated for assignment. Get to the next month. We might be able to eliminate the overwhelming majority of that debt by the beginning of the season. That would be crazy. We were $74 million in the hole and ended up trading a bunch of players that we don't really need. Where are we at? Yeah, a 51% revenue bump. And it only goes up next season. But Edgel's gone next year. We go from 157 to 175. Edgel's gone. We're just gonna non-tender, and he'll be gone. But then we are also going to lose some of our bullpen: Cantorino, Mendez, Mendieta, and Wance. That could be a bit of a problem, especially Mendez and Mendieta. And I don't think we can re-sign them. Yeah, we have less than $0 to re-sign them. So that's a problem, which is why I sign most of these players before they get to their final year of arbitration. Because when they get to their final year of arbitration, I can no longer afford them. So, all right. But that's a problem for next season. So, international, run practice. All right. I'm looking at Alfredo Garza, 65 range. He's 17 years old, low league interest. And one of these pitchers. If I can get one of these pitchers and guards, like if I could get Lamas, is it Lamas or Rivas? Either one, doesn't really matter. If I can get any of these pitchers and Garza, I would be thrilled. So let's go ahead and get up to international. All right, so it's IAFA. We're going to have, what, 5.7? Yeah, 5.7. So we want Garza. He wants 800K. So what if we give him 1.5? Will that be enough? And then one of those pitchers. Very high, very high, very high. Rivas, fastball, slider, curveball, high work ethic. Like he might be the best value. Romero only wants 1.2, though. I bet I could sign. We're going to go after, what does Garayan Del Quimbo mean? He's fragile, though. Naranjo. Naranjo wants 1.6. Let's go to Naranjo. Let's offer him 4. Leaves us with 200K. We'll see if we can sign either of them. Did we sign either of them? We didn't get Garza. We didn't get either of them. Okay. He wants $2 million. I can't give him $2 million. Or maybe we go pending and we remove. Come in here, offer a contract. Will he take? If I give him 3, it's not going to leave me much money for a pitcher. Leaves me with 3.2. I mean, Romero only wants 180. Let's try Rivas. No, Rivas wants 1.6. He's fragile. He's already at 4.8. I mean, Lamas is... $55, fastball, slider, splitter. Yeah, let's offer Romero. He only wants 180. But if we offer him 1.5, we can probably get him to take it. That leaves us with some extra money for the center fielder. So we got Garza and we got Romero. And we still have 1.7 million left. $1.7 left. I think we'll just hold off. We'll just hold off. Let's get to the beginning of the preseason, see what it does to our budget. Yeah, he dropped scouting and development. Damn it. And he didn't give us a bump. Are you kidding? Scouting down to 17, player development down to 23. That is a huge hit. That is a huge, huge, huge hit. There's not much I can do here either, so... And we'll see. I mean, maybe Bobby Witt opts out of his contract. I mean, I wouldn't love it, but $35 million would give us a lot of money to play with, so... all right, so I'm going to go ahead quickly and sim up to opening day. We'll set the roster, and then I will start playing. So, one more pause. All right, we are back at... Oh, shoot, I went all the way up to opening day. I didn't realize I did that. That's no good. All right, so we got some improvement from Tim Cook. He was our top pick in 2028. He's in high A ball. Probably start him in double A, I guess. Ibarra, I moved. Actually, I should probably put him in high A, not double A. Put him in high A. I'll make most of these changes offline, but just wanted to see if there was anybody who got significantly better. Andy Tyler was our pick last year, right? He's an A-ball. He'll start in high A. Henry Allen, I'm glad I stuck with him. We're going to start him in triple A. Give us a bat if we need it. And I think that's about it. All right, so we have to cut our roster down. We're at 38. We got to send 2 pitchers to the minors. Pitcher ratings. Johnson and Montaja, I guess. I can't send Johnson down right now because I have an injury to... Oh, he's back in 2 days. All right, that's fine. He's back in 2 days. So Johnson and Montaja can go down. I want to send Montaja to... I made him a reliever during spring training, which is not what I wanted. Starter. Double A. So we will have to send another pitcher down in a couple of days once we get Sarantola back. We're gonna go Quaystad, Little, Brooks, Sarantola, Edgel. I want Buckley, 80-65. We're just gonna leave him as I'm gonna make him set up, or not set up, middle relief, use more often, and the backup closer. And then Mendieta and Mendez will be our setup guys like they've always been, both 7th or earlier. And then I'm fine with those guys as long relief. And one of them will have to go away once we get Sarantola back in a couple of days. That's fine. We got to send 10 batters down. We got a crap ton of batters. Caminiti, Lara, Miller, Sear, Tonti, Anderson, Lastris can all go down. Caminiti, does anybody want him? We get some cash for Ken Caminiti, or Cam Caminiti, Ken's youngest. Ooh, look at that. Tells me they might have some interest in him, though. That's not it. You want Kevin Day? Sure, it's fine. $2.5 million gives us a little bit more money. Our cash available is just under 0 at this point. So that puts us at how many? 20. We said I sent 3 players down. Wow. Gamble will start in AAA. Lombard will start in AAA. I'd like to... Oh, we got Seb Bodkin, right. He's not quite ready yet with the bat. He'll go to AA. He's probably going to be our starting shortstop in the next year or so. He'll start in AA. And we'll run with this. So now we got to set our lineups. And I liked what the game did, honestly. It put Rivas at first, which I'm totally okay with. Clear the depth charts. So look at batting ratings. So Rivas will bat first at first. Bobby Witt will be our number 2 at third. Diego Guzman will be our number 3 at second. We don't have much in the way. I think maybe we do this. Rivas, Johnson, Witt, Guzman, or do... Yeah, I think that's what we do. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. McLean, it played as our DH it actually wanted to do, which I think I'm okay with. It had... Put Bathgate at short. Escobar in center. Vaquero in right. And then do we have a left fielder? Yeah, we're missing our catcher, not a right fielder. That'll be Jake Swan. This is probably the best lineup we've put out there yet, in reality. Ornelas against lefties every 5th game. And every 7th game in right field. I do want McLean getting some time at short, though, so we will do that. All right, let's copy that. Paste. And what changes do we want to make any changes against lefties? I don't think we do. We got Maltman, who's better against lefties, but where's he going to play? Do that and get him out here as a DH too. We'll go every 10th game, every 8th game. Gets Maltman a couple of at-bats. Yeah, I mean, I'd like him to play more. And ultimately, he may be our third baseman next season if Witt opts out, which he might. If he puts up another 4.5 or 5-win season, he may opt out. And then we may be able to re-sign him. We may not. I don't know. Top 100 prospects. We don't have anybody in the top 10. That's not good. We're We're still second overall. Ballesteros is 11th. McLean, Solorio, Lara, and Arteaga. But again, it's all international guys. Arteaga, Solorio, Ballesteros are all... Actually, I don't think he's international anymore. He was. But Lara, and we may trade him. Can I get some cash? $25 million for the number 30 prospect in the game. They'll take $25 million. Okay. For the number 30 prospect in the game. They have 17 million. What's the most amount of money I can get? Because, I mean, the reality is that he looks okay, but he's already 24. The ratings aren't really close yet. Dodgers have money? Dodgers don't have any money. What about the Yankees? The Yankees will have money. The Yankees don't have any money. Who's got cash? The Mets? Nope. The A's won't have money, will they? Got 10 million. Philadelphia's got 6. Pittsburgh has change. The Padres have 6 million. Well, it's maybe looking like the White Sox. They've got 22. The White Sox had 27. You got 33. Will you give me all 33 million? No, you won't. So maybe it is the White Sox. All right, let's go to the White Sox. What should the Cubs have? 17. I'm just making sure there isn't anybody who has more money available that we can... It looks like it's going to be the White Sox. All right, that's fine. Let's remove 27 million. That's 270 million. 26. Cool. That'll work. So who do we want to give up? There's got to be a bad here. You want this guy? Sure. All right. So we're going to trade Frank Lara, who's the number 30 prospect in the game, but maybe we'll never get there, along with this guy, Nelson Landaverde, in exchange for $26 million from the White Sox. We now have cash. We can now come back into our front office. We can't bump it anymore because we're beyond the end of the season, but that should... It doesn't allow us to make any deals for next season, though, does it? No, it just frees us up for this year. Shoot. If I had made that trade the day before, we likely would have been able to. But that's fine. It gave us a bunch of cash, which we need. So I'm going to go ahead now and sim up to the draft. So when we come back, it'll be July 11th. I'll be right back. All right. We're back at the draft, and we're a 500 team. We're at 47 and 45. It's been a weird season. Bobby Witt, I had to suspend earlier this season because he got called out by Mike Johnston, the rookie calling out the veteran. So I had to suspend Bobby Witt. I had to fire my hitting coach because we were the second worst team offensively in the American League. It's gotten better since we brought in a new hitting coach, but we are middle of the pack pitching-wise, middle of the pack defensively. Quaystad's having a down season. Brooks is having a bad season. Edgel is, fine at this point. Yeah, it has not been fantastic to this point. Guzman's having another good year. Average down a little bit, but he is still on pace for 5 WAR. I really hope Witt opts out. I hope he has a really good second half of the season and he opts out of that contract. Rivas having a great season. Playing first base for us, batting leadoff. But all in all, it has not been terrific. Swan has been outstanding. Like, this guy has just been, he's on pace for 6 WAR. These three are really raking. Swan, Rivas, and Guzman, and everybody else has been, I guess McLean's been okay. 294, 363, 442, but he's still not in his final form yet, as they say. But other than that, it's been up and down. They call up Sean Gamble. He's actually playing outfield for us right now, which is, I mean, he's been good. He's been good out and right. Who knew? And then pitching wise, yeah, talked about it a little bit, just up and down. Mendietta's having a good year, but unfortunately he's gone after this season. Same with Mendez, having a good year, but he's gone this year, so it hasn't been good. It is time for the draft, and the hope is that we can find someone who can help us in the short term. So let's go to batting potential, see what we see. We got a 22-year-old center fielder, Jim Morty. Yeah, I'm gravitating towards the older players right away. Steve Bird looks pretty good. 80 contact power out of a catcher. Oh, he can't catch, though, so he's not really a catcher. We got Dan Harris. Can't really field. Kaimani Brazil. Meh. Not a whole lot here from a hitter perspective that is really exciting. Tyshawn Verse. High adaptability. Again, one of those low ceiling, high floor kind of guys. High work ethic. Jeff Anderson. He's really developed for an 18-year-old. Who does the game think we should take? Eric Savaria. 21-year-old. Meh. I would rather take either of these pitchers. Anderson looks really good. Pat Blake. Changeup will never develop. CJ Elliott. Changeup will never develop, but he looks really good. $10 million, though, is more than I can afford. I'm leaning towards Verse. I'm going to take Verse. I'm going to take Tyshawn Verse. Anderson's probably the... Anderson's really good, though. But he's 18. He's developed for an 18-year-old. 30 stuff, 40 movement for an 18-year-old. He's only 5'11", whereas Verse is... Yeah, we're going to stick with Verse. I'm going to stick with Verse. Maybe not the best pick, but I'm going to stick with Verse. So now who does it think we should take? TJ Sears. Really underdeveloped third baseman. This is kind of a bad draft. Sean Knowles looks okay. Lena with the high work ethic I kind of like. All these catchers, man, that can't actually catch. I'm kind of leaning towards Steve Bird. He can't play first base. But that's a great profile. OSA likes him just as much. Oh, he's an impossible sign. Never mind. Cervantes. Do we take Dan Harris? No real position, but another impossible sign. Daily Blogs wants $5 million. I can't afford that. I think we're going to take Harris. The high work ethic and all that stuff is appealing. Jody Breidenbach. Yeah, I mean, he can play shortstop. Knowles is still there. We can take him now. Back to pitchers. Knuckleballers. 17-year-old with high work ethic and a circle change? Sure. Oh my God, look at this guy. Ooh, that's really tempting. Danny Swift, we'll take him first. I may take Castillo just because of those pitches. Take Dukowitz here. Rotano has a changeup that won't develop. Same with McCoy. I don't think I need another catcher. I've got like a million catchers in my system at this point. Joe Gardner looks all right. Meador, Shore, play infield and outfield pretty well. Tarman, we're going to take a look at those defensive ratings. Holy heck. Okay. Sorry, I was just responding to a text message there. I should probably not do that while I'm doing this, but whatever. You guys get to experience the me in real life. Dan Westland, we'll take him. Let's go back to batting potential. Corey Hoover, sure, because he's got a bit of a bat. We'll take a catcher. It's fine. Mitch Clark, we'll take him. And I think that's going to do it. We'll let the AI finish up, do the last couple of rounds. Negotiate with everyone. We got plenty of money because we had all that cash that we traded for, but I would rather use that money as would rather use that money to re-sign my players, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So, all right, well, we're 47 and 45. 8.5 games out of first place, 2.5 out of a wild card. Offensively, we've been better. We were good in April, bad in May, good in June, not great so far in July. Things have gotten better since we picked up that new hitting coach, I believe. Where is he? Jared DeHart. Yeah, we're hitting 272 since we picked up DeHart. So that's not bad. That's not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and sim, and hopefully we come back a little bit earlier than the postseason. Otherwise, it'll be the end of the year. So I'll be back one more time. All right, I brought us back a couple of games early. We are 80 and 76. We are one game out of a wild card. We're half a game behind Toronto. We've got Los Angeles, the Dodgers, and the Giants to finish up the season. So the Dodgers are 70 and 86, and so we got two really bad teams to finish the season. Let's see how it goes. Game 1 at home against LA is a 2-1 loss. We are now a game and a half out. Game 2 at home against Los Angeles is a 5-3 win. So we are now half a game out of first place. Oh, and we lost Bobby Witt for the rest of the season with an injury. So I made some changes. I put Maltman in at third. I put McLean in at shortstop. And he's been fine. Bathgate is our backup. I put Ornelas in to start against righties. Gives us a little bit more power. So I made a couple changes to the lineup. I moved Swan up with those 20 home runs. I felt like I had to. Brought Gamble back into the lineup as the DH. He's hitting 300. So, yeah, here we go. So we got Los Angeles here, game 3. It is a 2-0 win. So we are now in or half a game up on Minnesota for the wild card. 2-0. An Ornelas home run in the first. Sarantola pitches 5 shutout. So we get a day off. Minnesota is playing today, I presume. Come on. They win. So we are back in, well, we're tied for the wild card. We also called Henry Allen up. He hasn't played at all, but we called him up. Anybody? Seb Bodkin. Looks like he gets better. Good home run power. Tyshawn Verse continues to get better. He was our first round pick. So we made the right choice there. Eddie McMullen looks like he got better. All right, so we got 3 games left against a bad Giants team at home. We lose game 1. We lose game 2. We are still, I think, tied for the wild card. We are with Minnesota. We need to win. We got Christian Little on the mound today. Can we win, or do we get swept by the Giants? We win the final game and we make the playoffs. So we do make the playoffs on the last day of the season for a second straight season. Looks like Maltman with a 2-run double in the 6th. Christian Little gets the win. All right, so we make the playoffs on the last day of the season again. Let's go ahead and set our postseason roster. Anybody not on the roster that should be? How'd Montana do this year? Not bad. That control's still not great, but I don't think anybody needs to be on the roster that isn't. Bodkin, he's coming along. He's coming along. He's going to be a really good defensive shortstop. I think we're set, so we'll go pitching, and Sarantola will come out. We'll go 3-man rotation. Oh, except we can't use our best pitchers. Wonderful. So it'll be Murphy, Sarantola, and Edgel or Murphy, Brooks, Sarantola, and Edgel for our playoff series here against against the Yankees. So we have to bench him for 4 days. Bench him for 4 days. And let's get to it, I guess. Well, let's look at the team stats real quick. So Guzman, another 5-win season. 33 home runs, 95 RBIs. He's had 3 great years in a row. Lazaro Rivas had just an amazing first season for us. 5.3 WAR. He stole 37 bases. 13 triples. That's electric. Jake Swan, 3.6 WAR. And then everybody else was just okay. McLean wasn't terrible. Played in every game, had 170 hits. He was fine. Ornelas was a nice Rule 5 pickup, 821 OPS. Escobar had just a dreadful season, just a year to forget. His OPS plus goes from 110 to 64. The OPS drops almost 200 points. Not good. Pitching-wise, Little, Quaystad were both, they did what they've done for us for years now. Oh, good. Mendieta is out. And his 1.56 earned run average. Buckley was okay. Not great, but he was okay. All right, well, let's get to it and see how this series goes against the Yankees. They were 4-2 against us. He's out for 5 to 6 weeks. All right, let's just put him on the IL. I don't think we have any. Well, we can't. The playoffs have already started. All right, Murphy Brooks against Spencer Strider. Yankees win that one 3-2. I think this is going to be a quick postseason for us, guys. I don't think we have it in us this year. Feels like a different team. Sarantola against Norge Vera, who was a big name in both our White Sox and our Cubs series. All right, here we go. Eric Sarantola. We need him to step up big. And we win. We win 3-1. So Sarantola does get it done. Run in the first, run in the second. McLean with a home run in the ninth. Sarantola pitches 4. That's fine. All right, here we go. We got Chris Edgell against Shohei Ohtani in Game 3. Edgell ended up 10-10 with a 4.23. I mean, that's not a terrible season out of your number 5. Certainly not worth the $12 million that we're going to have to pay him next season, but that is not a bad season. Let's see how it goes. Do we advance? We don't. We lose 5-1, and that is the end of our season. Edgell wasn't bad. 1 earned run. Why would you go to Lloyd? Well, I guess his ratings are actually okay. All right, well, that is the end of our season, so let's get up to the International Showcase. So we continue to make the playoffs, but we're just not good enough to get over the hump, so to speak. And our fan interest dropped. It's down under 70 now. We were up at 87. That was disappointing. All right, let's take a look at our internationals. Got Humberto Armillo. He looks very good. Jesus Morales. He also looks quite good. Daniel Aguilar. Meh. Let's invite those two guys. Let's look at our batters. Not a great international class. Wow, really at all. And we'll invite Salgado, and I'll probably just throw all the money at that pitcher. All right, so let's get to the end of the playoffs. Bobby Witt's hurt still. Man, I hope he opts out. That'll free up a bunch of money for us. I mean, Rivas had a good season. I mean, I think, I say this every year, but it feels like the pieces are there. It's just unfortunate that our pitching wasn't able to. We still have the 2 pitchers that we can trust in Little and Quaystad, but that's about it. The other 3 guys are just sort of average. The Brewers win the World Series. Made the playoffs. I think this is what, our 4th straight season in the playoffs? Negative 48 million. Fan interest of 65. We can make this work. We can make it work. Oh, so his opt-out isn't until next season. All right. So we can make this work. We can get this. We can get that number down under. We can get that number to even, I guess. This hurts though. We're literally losing like our 3 best relievers in Cantorino, Mendez, and Mendieta. We can't sign any of them. So that's going to cripple us from a pitching perspective. Let's just look at the minors real quick. So I think we're going to have to just lean on Johnson next year to be a reliever and just hope he figures it out. Yeah, we got some minor league infielders that we might want to consider moving, like Sear, Lombard, Hayden Miller we can probably trade at this point too. Crowell might get a call up at this point just because he's average across the board. Double-A, we've got 3 young outfielders. We got Ibarra, who is hitting. He's probably more of a left fielder, but he hit 38 home runs this season. Let's actually make him a left fielder. We've got Cook, who's got the high contact and gap. He's still a little ways away. Cabrera had some nice development this past offseason. Got Montana, who's not quite ready. Bodkin, not quite ready, but probably our starting shortstop in the next year or two. McQuirk might get a shot this year. Let's just call him up to AAA so I don't forget. Mako is that catcher who can't catch, but he can hit. We had a $193 in Double-A, so he probably repeats Double-A, but that bat is kind of nice, that home run and eye. Tyler was our first-round pick a year ago. He probably stays right where he is for now. We got Verse, who was our first-round pick this year. He's up to a 70 potential, and he's got all these pitches. He looks really good. Galley, not quite ready yet. Laux is a catcher who can hit a little bit. Castillo was that bullpen guy. I actually started him. Interesting. Made him a starter. 11 home runs in 46 innings, but he struck out 15.7 per 9. We'll see how it goes. Maybe he develops. Who knows? It's Solorio and Slugga. Solorio might, again, be one of those guys that we end up trading for a crap ton of cash. We'll see. We got some names that are... Slugga he was our first-round pick a couple years ago. He's not really improving. Mielke looks all right. Yeah, we're not... It's I don't know. This could be the season that makes or breaks us, this upcoming season. If we slip and fan interest starts to drop and our budget gets dropped, that may be the end of it for us. We'll see. So, look at all this talent, though. 80, 80, 75, 75, 70, 70. I mean, we've got some talent. We've got some talent. But we came up short again. So we'll see how it goes next season. We might have to use the Rule 5 to improve our bullpen. We will see. But playoffs for a 4th straight season. We've made 2 World Series. Yeah, we'll see how next year goes. We finished first once, second 3 times. So it hasn't been a horrible failure. A couple of World Series appearances. Just no wins yet. So hopefully next season. That's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you.